Hello and welcome back to Adventure's Edge, Heroes of the Vale. All right, episode 15.
Yes.
Yep. 15.
And it's going fine. It's so fine.
Well, we're not in danger of imminent death.
Yeah, I mean, this is kind of like we obviously just had a little mid-season break of an undetermined number of episodes as of the recording of this, but yeah, I feel like that this is the halfway point.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, goody.
It was a little bit of climb here, and now I'm feeling a lot of Fast and Furious stuff coming at you.
Yeah.
So I'm excited. I hope everybody else is.
Whew. All right.
Anybody want to talk about where you're at briefly so we can dive in?
We don't know where we are.
You don't know where you're at.
Well, we're in a pocket dimension, kind of between worlds.
That's the space in between. Yeah.
The space in between. Yep. And Osbert kind of trapped us here and sicked an elemental on us. And now I can't. What
It was
kind
an
of
air elemental.
an air elemental on us?
It was a large one.
A large
Bad.
air elemental. But we defeated it
And only one of us died.
temporarily.
Yeah.
Hardly even worth mentioning.
You got better.
Really. I'll send you the bill.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But yeah, that was a pretty good little fight. I feel like you guys handled it.
And
Yeah.
so now we just have to figure out how to get back to home. And yeah,
Okay.
maybe we
Let's get
should
out of here.
work on that and like trash this place. Not trash it. Search
Trash
it
this.
thoroughly.
Loot the room, I think, is the...
Loot the room.
Loot the room. We got it
Loot
this
the
time.
room. Okay. I like the looting of the room. Okay. So let's just do it.
Okay.
Oh, and we also found out a whole bunch of his plans because he did his monologue. Vesrin.
Mhm.
He did a little monologuing.
Because we can only speak truths in this place.
Yes.
Yeah. It affects, of course, each other. So now it's the opportunity.
Daroon,
Yeah.
Yes.
who do you have a crush on?
Who do I? What do you mean a crush?
Is there anybody that you like?
Where? Like anywhere?
Romantically?
No.
Oh, there's no like dwarf sweetheart somewhere?
No, not gonna think of it. It's been a while since I've been on a date.
Oh, we'll have to work on that for you.
Sure.
Too many long nights at home with his cans of beans.
He's looking a bit blush.
Oh. Now I feel sad. I wish I'd not asked that question.
That'll be the new actual quest for this season. Get Daroon a date. Find a nice little dwarf girl.
We'll have a fantasy version of The Bachelor.
Oh gosh.
Oh, this is gonna be very bad.
Maybe that'll be season 3.
Okay.
And you get a rock.
That was good.
Yep.
That was good.
Very good.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. It's polished. Polished.
No, just like pebbles. You know.
Will you accept this rock?
Oh, I love it.
The final rock is a piece of mithril. Is that?
Oh.
So, okay, I'm done.
So we found a love spell. Is that what you're saying?
Let me check these scrolls again.
No. All right. I don't want to hear the whole loot rundown, but is there anything significant that we find?
Well, you maybe. I mean, now that you have a moment here, right? You're paused.
Yeah, we're catching our breath.
You caught your breath.
Mm-hmm.
You did before you came into this room, this portal room, whatever. You did take some stuff from
The desk.
from the desk and the chest. You didn't take the bag of money, but you did take a long, like thin box that nobody's looked at. So, I mean, I guess how do you want to do this? Tell me what you're going to do. You're all looking at each other.
Yeah, I mean,
he's faded out, and you're standing there with a lot of probably some, I don't know, what expressions are on your faces right now as you're looking at each other in this bizarre place.
Isn't, any ideas how to get out of here?
Well, not offhand. I guess I can go and examine the portal and see what I can discern.
Okay.
If other people want to spend some time like figuring all this stuff out, and I put the papers down.
Well, I do. I can. I believe that I have the skill of reading magic. So I don't know if perhaps some of these books can tell us something. So I'd like to kind of go around and do like a good detect magic throughout all of the areas.
Sure.
See if we get some stuff lighten up.
I'm going to look through the things that they got, like the thin box. I'm going to look through the papers, the things we got from the other side, to see if there's anything in there that might, I don't know, might give us some ideas. Maybe he wrote something down. You know, maybe there's a magic scroll in that little box that helps open the portal. I mean, you're figuring he's a magician. He is a magic user, but if he's out of magic, he might have something to get in. If he was out of spells for some reason to hide, like if he was like on the run, he could get in there.
Sure. Okay. So Zinni's going to go examine the portal.
Mm-hmm.
Dayrun is going to cast detect magic on the area.
Mm-hmm.
And so Izmi's looking at, you said
the items basically that we got from the room real quick to see if there's anything in there that he might have either he wrote or there's a scroll, you know, see what they got on the other side to see if there's anything over there that can help us.
Okay. All right. So let's start with Zinni. So Pike, what are you going to do? So I kind of get a sense of what everybody's kind of focusing on.
I'm going to go around the perimeter of the room. There seem to be some things that like maybe predate Vesserin coming here, because there seems to be some like odd bits of machinery. There's weird lights.
So okay, and so I will. If it wasn't clear, and Dayrun didn't pipe up when he kind of did his spirit detection, is this place wasn't made. It wasn't created by Vesserin. Like you got you know. I mean, you should sense that this is some sort of ancient place. Everything is like predates him except for these few things that are in the middle.
Right.
So like descriptively, you should be able to deduce that somehow he found this place or found access to this place and then has been researching here. So there were two bookshelves that were carted in here that clearly don't belong, and a desk and a chair and some books and papers. And that's like in the middle of this center, like stone floored ring. And then all like everything else in here is like, it just makes no sense. So whatever intellect or beings or whatever fabricated this place is ancient and alien. So to speak to that, what you were saying there is like, all of it predates him.
Mm-hmm.
And what the purpose of any of this stuff probably doesn't really make sense. So let's start with Zinnia then. So Zinnia, you fly over to the portal, and now that you have some time to kind of look at it, and in your magic light or however you're examining it, it's a door shaped slab of stone covered in unusual sigils that you may or may not recognize. You can attempt to make them out.
Okay.
They're definitely not. Well, what languages do you speak? Before I say definitely, don't speak them. I don't remember now.
Other than Galatian, Pythian, and Caldethi. Caldethi. Is that how you say it?
Caldethi, yeah.
Caldethi.
Okay.
Mhm.
Yeah, you definitely don't recognize the languages here.
Okay. Well, I was thinking a spellcraft would be.
Okay, and you have read magic. That's it.
Mm-hmm.
Right? I mean, I assume so. No, I don't know.
I have read magic, but
No, you're looking like maybe you don't.
Is that
maybe
a
Orson.
I don't have
You
that.
don't have the read
No,
magic. Okay.
I don't.
Okay, but you can detect magic.
I can detect magic.
Okay.
I have read magic.
Well, there you go.
Okay.
Reading is for suckers. No, I'm kidding. Reading is fundamental, folks.
Mm-hmm.
Stay in school.
Stay in school. Because someday you might be trapped in an extra dimensional portal and need to be able to
I need
find
to
your
read
way
it,
out.
yeah.
Well, give me a spellcraft check then.
I already rolled.
You already rolled.
So 29.
Dang. That's pretty good. Okay. You begin using your detect magic and trying to parse through this thing and trying to attune to the energies in here. And you are able to attune to it. You sense the magic here is ancient, very unfamiliar. This is not fey magic. It's not human magic. This is something else, something you've never seen before. But it's also it feel like there's a warmth, positive feeling to it, like a comforting feeling. And you're not used to really getting sort of emotive feelings from magic, but you attune to it and you think you can actually activate it.
Okay. Then I would like to try, please.
Okay. Give me one more spellcraft check.
Okay.
You can do it.
17.
Okay. You feel it starting to respond, and then it slips away. But you think that you can keep trying.
I will
as
keep
you're trying
trying.
to master the magic. But yeah, you're actually feeling remarkably confident over here
Okay.
that you will not be trapped here forever.
Fingers crossed.
So, what I'm going to do, I had to double check the wording on it to make sure that this is applicable. But as I'm going kind of around, I'm actually going to use Ears of the City. So I see and hear a stream of past scenes and pieces of conversation related to local events. It doesn't seem to indicate that there needs to be people present. It's like the recordings of the place itself, kind of the psychic imprint that you're getting. If you say no, then that's fine, but I want to try and get a feel for what this place was or is. And I may even get bits and pieces of when Vestron was here, if he was talking to anyone here, or, nothing specific, but just...
That,
I know
Okay.
it's kind of off the wall, so...
That is definitely an unusual way of looking at that spell. Because because the sense of it is that it's if you had spent time
Talking to locals. Yep.
That's why I think that it doesn't it doesn't reach into the past beyond that. I don't think.
Okay. So if not, then not. That's fine.
But I mean, I think that if he had been here, it would be like you could I don't know. as if you were like listening in on him. Because it doesn't really also give you a time frame. Huh. That's really interesting. But I think that the implication here is that it's only like within the last, it's been 1 to 4 hours, and you can do it for 5 rounds.
Mhm.
It's like that's basically up to like the last 20 hours effectively of like walking around, talking, listening. I'm not going to tell you can't do it. I mean, you certainly can try it and see what you get.
I'll burn the slot and let's see what happens.
Yeah. Okay. Because
So that'd be 5 diplomacy checks, right?
yeah,
Mhm.
it would.
Okay. 12, 15, 22, 22, and 27.
Okay. I'm gonna have to go check some forums and see how this spell has been used by other people. That's fascinating. Because if real life he was the only one here, it would be like you talking to him. Huh. Okay. And yeah, you're just trying to get information about. I mean, whatever. You're not looking. You're just looking for local news and events. Okay. Give me a moment to process that,
Yeah, no worries.
and we
Yep.
will come back. So you're walking around psychically attuning to this.
And
place.
even if I get any information, it doesn't need to be immediate. It could be like something I put together later after,
Okay.
because I don't want to trap
Okay.
everyone here while we
Oh,
research
We'll
obscure.
we'll spend an hour going through the spell. I love it. Okay. Isme, you were going to go like rifling through the stuff that you acquired,
Yep.
starting with that long, thin box.
Yep.
You open that up, and inside are 3 wands.
Hmm.
Um,
And she says that. Zinnia. And I,
she's over there busy.
okay.
You just see her put a finger up.
Yep.
So 3 wands.
3 wands.
There's a really finely crafted quarterstaff that was actually kind of like on the floor under the desk.
Okay.
And again, I mean, then you have a lot of different books, the journals you guys got off the side table from his room. One of which Daerun had already kind of identified as maybe having something to do with ley lines.
Okay.
And if you just like do a flip through, you
Yeah.
can see like there's a lot of handwritten notes in here. Not in common though, not in like the common tongue. So
Would I recognize, even if I couldn't read it, could I recognize what language group it was? Because is it like just like if you would see like Russian acrylic
yeah.
Israel, could I recognize the actual like using linguistics recognize the language?
I mean, definitely. What languages do you speak, actually?
Actually, I don't know.
Yeah, you do.
Oh, I can speak. Yeah, it's right there. I'm sorry. It is. I can read Common, Sylvan, Sign Language, and Caldethi. So, Dwarvish, Elvish, Common.
Okay, so it's actually written in Sylvan, so
Yes.
you can actually just straight up read it.
Okay.
I speak Sylvan too.
Huh.
It's probably in Druid.
Oh, okay.
That and Druidic,
Well, there you go.
which I've never ever come across in my life as a Druid playing any game.
Okay.
They're very secretive with it. I mean, I don't know what you
Apparently so.
expect.
Yes, I can speak Sylvan as well as part of my Druid
Okay.
kind.
So there's like you see, so they're handwritten notes. You presume that Vesrin wrote all this stuff. There's like some sketchings that look like maybe they're regional sketches, and then there's like something jumps out to you. There's one where it shows like some points of interest, and he's drawn lines connecting various points that seem to indicate some sort of central spot. And you think this is all like, oh, this is probably like right here in the Vale. So
Okay. So you're
Yeah,
thinking like something, he was looking for something here in the Vale.
yeah,
And
it's almost like an X marks the spot sort of thing here. You're not familiar with all the little regional markers, but you have some people that live here, so you can
Yeah,
probably
so I
talk
could
to
then.
them.
So yeah,
Yeah, so there's there's a lot going on. So the 3 wands, the staff, you guys had some scrolls, right? Or
I
believe you
did you found 2
the scroll I thought you had was too small for you to too big for you to carry, so I believe the pike had a scroll.
Yeah, I don't think I'm carrying any scrolls.
I think Pike had picked up some scrolls.
I have a scroll of bestow curse.
I lied. I have a charm person scroll.
Okay.
You talk about picked up in the
I'm trying to remember because you mentioned scrolls.
well, behind the painting there was a scroll of charm person and a scroll of bestow curse.
yep.
And then
right.
yeah, I think, and then another place we got scrolls of cause fear, charm person, mage armor, unseen servant, false life, and ghoul touch, I believe.
Whoa.
Ooh.
Okay. Then there are 2 more scrolls. You guys are racking up the scrolls. There are
Yep.
2 more scrolls in mixed in with his papers here.
Yeah.
So at this point, I think you could probably recognize a magic scroll, but
Yeah.
unless you can read magic, you don't know what they are.
Okay. So I'm going to set those aside. I said, and I said, when someone gets a chance, we've got 2 scrolls here that need to be figured out. And I have some magic wands, and I put them off to the side as I'm going through, because I'm trying to figure out what Vestron. I'm trying to get a sense of piecing together the things he was telling us with what I'm seeing, because I'm researching. I'm trying to figure out what is his game plan. What do we need to stop is basically what I'm trying to figure out.
Yeah. Then there's the bookshelf with tons of books, and and if you're rifling through it, this probably takes not equal time for everybody.
Yeah.
But also inside the desk, there's one other thing that stands out is there's a drawer. There is the skeleton of a raven held together by all the joints with little fine silver wire, and it's polished. And it looks a little fragile, but it was in the drawer, and the little raven beak is dipped in silver. It's interesting, unusual.
Is there any runes on it?
There probably is, on the little beak.
Yeah, there's
tiny little etchings.
okay. Magic raven skeleton. I said out loud. I said, "Can someone figure that out?"
I mean, we'll take a look at it.
Yeah.
Just
So-
pile all the magic stuff in one
I'm
spot,
putting all
and
the
we'll
mail.
have to
Okay.
go through
There's a
it.
tile for you,
All right,
Darun.
so you collect all this stuff. So you haven't looked at the bookshelf yet, but
No.
you've
Exactly.
done that.
I'm yeah, exactly. I'm doing a careful as nothing else is showing up. I'm doing it as careful as I can, and I'm going to kind of check, see what's on it, and then I'm also going to check and see, is there any kind of passage way? Is there anything behind the bookcase? Is he hiding something behind the bookcase?
Oh,
Yep.
and you can readily see no.
Okay.
They're freestanding. They're not built in.
Okay.
Like I said, somebody carried them in here and just balanced them.
Okay,
there.
so it's not
Yeah.
he put them up there in a way because he had stuff behind it.
Yeah,
Okay.
they're heavy and they're about half filled with various books, but you could probably, with some leverage, you have to be careful not to topple them over.
Yeah.
So you didn't wall anchor them
Mhm.
like a responsible person.
Hmm.
No one
no wall
anchors.
anchors. Okay, so Darun.
Yes.
Okay, so
I've detected magic, and if she's finding most of it, I can go over to the pile. Otherwise, if
Yeah.
there's stuff that I'm seeing,
yeah, so this is where detect magic is actually really difficult because the whole place is just radiating magic.
Okay.
There's so much magic just in the very fabric of this place.
Mhm.
It seems to drown out mundane magic. So even it's so powerful, you almost have to your normal cone of detection isn't
Sure.
functioning.
Okay.
But if you hold something and look at it, you can kind of like feel that, yeah, it's magic, but everything blends in. So like this place, like it was like created with magic, powerful magic, and ancient magic. So you can kind of go walk around and look at various little sources. I mean, all these different lights.
Mm-hmm.
You saw Pike touch one earlier and have a little experience, but
All right. Well, kind of hearing her, I'll go over. I mean, I'm going to take kind of more a simple approach at it and go a little bit slower in my nature. But she's got a pile there that I know that is a little bit intriguing, so I'm going to go over there and just start there. I feel a little overwhelmed.
that's fair. You can start just going through then and picking out. I mean, what do you want to do first?
Let's do the wands.
Okay. There's like one of them is kind of like a black and slightly twisted wand.
Mm-hmm.
And then none of them really have particular markings to help you. So you're gonna have to do detect magic and spellcraft to figure out what it is.
All right. Okay, so detect magic. And then
all right, so there's the black wand.
let's start with that one first.
Okay.
The order that you give them to me, that's how I'll do them.
Okay. Give me a spellcraft.
Oh, that is a 23.
23. Okay. You are able to determine that this is a wand of bestow curse.
Okay, so more bestowing curses.
More bestowing curses.
Next wand.
And it actually has like you get a sense that there's a particular like a curse of it. It has a name. Like
Okay.
it's a wand of ignorance, so it does
Okay.
it affects your intelligence.
Oh,
you cast.
okay.
Yeah.
Can I see what kind of spell level that would have been? Like the caster, perhaps, or the person who created this? Wand? I don't know how I would, but
well, you would know that bestow curse is pretty.
It's the
I think it's
third level spell.
Is it there? No.
I think so. Yeah.
Yeah. So I mean, basically, a third level wizard.
So the curse
Okay.
that can be bestowed is ignorance.
Yeah.
So does it basically it does like a mind wipe? It makes you forget stuff, or does it make you?
Well, mechanically, it makes you dumber.
Yeah.
Like it'll
Takes it
reduce your intelligence.
ability
Yeah.
score. Okay, so the next wand. What does this one look like?
It's just a very simple, made of oak. It's very
Okay.
traditional. Just a few runes on it.
Okay, so that one's going to be a 17.
Yeah. This is like readily familiar magic. It's a wand of detect magic.
Oh, okay. And the third?
This one's kind of like almost like like a twisting, little bands of wood
Okay.
to kind of come together. And it's like a red wand.
That's another 23.
It is a wand of magic missiles.
Ooh. Well then. And how many charges does that have?
So
Or how does that work?
have we had wands come up in the game?
I don't think so. I think
No.
this is the first time we've had a wand.
Yeah.
Okay. So instead of doing charges, these are dailies.
Okay.
So the detect magic is a daily 5, and the bestow curse is a daily 3, and the magic missile is a daily 5. Zinnia, want to roll again? Everything else is kind of drowned out in the background.
21.
All right. And you kind of, so Derun, you kind of finish that third one, and then Zinnia may or may not make a noise
I will absolutely make a noise.
as there's a like thrumming, and the portal opens back up.
Ta-da!
Huzzah!
Portal open!
Okay.
Okay.
Let's start putting all this stuff into a...
I'm like, where's the cheers?
I said huzzah!
Yay! Yay!
Thank you.
I'm currently blind and deaf. Sorry.
Yeah, Pike is like deeply like he's like stumbling around in this trance state.
Okay. So, the Do you think it's going to stay open?
Mm-hmm.
Should we leave then, or
Mm-hmm.
okay?
I mean,
What do I think?
you think it will.
Seems
you think
stable.
You think if it closes, you think you could reopen it.
Okay.
Okay.
There doesn't seem to be.
Yeah, I
the
got
magic-
this now.
Yeah, the magic
Awesome.
seems pretty almost.
I've got some
infinite.
cool stuff over here. You should check over, Zinnia.
Okay, I'll fly over and check it out.
It's
Okay.
a wand of magic missile. I don't know if I really want to use that. I mean, does the wand resize?
Yeah, absolutely. She,
Okay.
she can totally use it.
Do you want to use it? It's a wand of magic missile.
Yeah, sure. I figured out a cool new thing to do with magic missile too.
Oh, you did?
Oh
Yeah.
no, you can't.
Oh no.
You just realized.
Then it's perfect for you.
Just you wait.
Oh, I can't wait. So these scrolls, perhaps I could get some help from Zinnia.
Yeah, well, you said no.
The wands are what I checked.
Yeah, but do you?
Are there more
You
scrolls?
said you did.
I've got read magic, yeah.
Yeah, you can just read them.
Okay.
They are actually not so exciting. There's
Hmm.
a scroll of animate rope
Okay. May become in handy.
and a scroll of shocking grasp.
Hmm.
Yeah, those were just like little things somehow, whatever they were.
Okay.
More utility. I
Yep.
mean, well, shocking grasp, you shock somebody, but okay. So Pike, you kind of come out of your vision over there, and you've received some visions.
Okay.
You definitely have some visions of Vesrin in his true form, like physically here. And I think instead of like the experience of you talking to him, I think it's gonna be more like being in his presence as he talks to himself a lot.
Okay.
You think you get some interesting insights into him. Because he's basically trying to figure this place out, and it's almost like you're following him around as he's doing experiments, like
Okay.
kind of like when you were touching the light. He's going around and then doing experiments on different things in the room and making notes about it and making like verbal commentary. And what you learn is that this was just one piece of this ancient past that he was interested in. And I mean, this place almost has nothing to do with anything else other than his passing interest of how to like unlock ancient secrets. But you confirm for yourself, because he says it like almost in a muttering, cursing way, that those damn celestials and their peculiar ways of doing things. Like you get a sense that this was created like ancient by the celestials, which is like an ancient race that used to occupy the world. And this is like just a leftover relic of that time. And he's just trying to unlock power for himself.
Okay.
So-
So when I touched the light, I felt good. The place generally has sort of positive energy to it.
Yeah, it is. It feels positive to you. It's still very positive and alien. But it also seemed like he really wasn't having a lot of luck understanding their magics.
Because he's so separated from them and they're so alien. And
Yeah, it's like almost, I mean, not even just two like different schools of magic, but completely different thoughts of magic. Like the magic that they used predated the way magic works now.
okay.
But you also do pick up that he sends out missives from here, and you do kind of pick up that he had some communications and that he's very close to these new assets, paving the way to get the key he needs, which he kind of, I think he sort of said something to that effect in his little monologue. So
Okay.
that just sort of like reconfirms that whatever goal he has, it's like within almost immediate grasp. Like he feels like it's very close.
Okay. Which is why perhaps he wasn't so worried about us being here, because he doesn't anticipate needing this place much longer.
Yeah, like this isn't. This is less his fortress of solitude and more a curio to potentially gain some power along the way. Yeah.
I'll specifically tell Daerun about him feeling that he was imminently ready to get his goal. And I don't know if he left any clues to his search or how around here, but he seems to feel like he's ahead of any potential competitors in this race.
Well, we have some of his journals, yeah.
Yes, and I found some very interesting things I wanted to show you. And I start showing him the maps, like the ley lines and kind of the gridding where, like, okay, almost like this looks like where he's looking for stuff, and it's local, so that he might see if he might recognize where Vestrin might be if he's off looking for this hammer.
You absolutely do.
Yeah.
You absolutely do.
This is my jam, ley lines.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So
Everybody has a jam, you know.
What flavor of jam is this for you?
Oh, definitely strawberry. Maybe strawberry rhubarb.
I was about to, you know what? I was
It's in the
about to
season.
say a little, add a little rhubarb there, and I'm on board.
Someone makes strawberry raspberry rhubarb.
Oh,
And it really just that
Ooh.
raspberry, the tartness with the, yeah, it's good.
I mean, I'm. Does this just scream that we're Midwesterners?
Yeah.
Yeah. Sorry.
It's okay. We make some good sweet things.
So you look at the sketches, and I mean you're pretty familiar with the Vale, and it's not like he has a nice topographical map of Shepherd's Vale.
Okay.
I don't know if you do. Did you guys ever acquire a map of the area?
I don't think we did. I don't recall.
I don't recall getting a map
Yeah.
of any like detail or extraordinary, just of maybe perhaps what we've written down.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, do you want to see the Vale? Would that be helpful real
I
quick?
mean,
Yeah.
I have a pretty good geography knowledge.
I'm wondering, would Ismay have a map of the Vale? Would that have been given to her when she went out?
That seems like a more likely.
Yeah, I mean, if anyone had a map, it would probably be the city girl that just came in. They probably would have handed her something. It's like, hey, look, this is where you're going. These are some of the areas, so she would know how to get around if she needed to.
You know what? Sure.
Okay.
It will help expedite things.
All right, so she'll like pull out the map that was given to her when she went on her mission.
Okay.
Every time you say a city girl, I'm just a city girl.
You will have to zoom out as far as you can. I'm pretty sure there's a map of Shepherd's Vale out on our
At the bottom, right?
website, or
Yeah.
we've shared
There
it.
you go.
So basically, the Vale, runs east to west. You've got like some low, very low mountains, high hills on both the north and south sides of it. And Raven Rock is kind of on the northeast side of the Vale.
Yep.
And you guys have traveled around. Well, not you collectively. Season 1 was a lot of traveling inside the Hollywood, and then we ended up traveling to the northwest side, up there in like the Dovedale district. And I mentioned that because I should probably grab a marker here, because there are. I meant to do this, and I forgot to do this. Let me do a little marker action, something nice and big, because there's a mark at that Tor's Cloud peak at the northwest side, where he has these lines connecting. Okay. And then there's a mark on the middle east side, like way. You see, like way at the edge of the map there, where I think it says windmill. Like there you go.
There it is.
There's a marker there, and like there's a line connecting those, and so Darun, you are recognizing this, because the whole deal with the Earth Elders, talking about ley lines and maintaining these old structures. You're gathering that these are like connecting points for ley lines. That the magic is being connected through there, and they are connecting a third point, which is it makes a triangle at the sort of the very south, almost center, just a bit southwest of the Woody Glen area. Yeah, one of those peaks is marked. And so that triangle is like a triangle of ley lines. And, each of those is like, dozens of miles across.
Yeah.
And then he has sort of sketched in the center of that triangle, kind of in the middle of the Vale. Yeah, it would be kind of near that the hollow lake, a little bit to the right of that, somewhere in there. I'll get the map updated. There's just a mark where he's got a symbol there, and there's nothing on the map.
The symbol itself is
like a hand-drawn map. Like
I know, but the symbol itself is it
like a marker?
X marks the spot.
Yeah, like X marks the spot almost. Where
here?
Yeah.
I think the treasure is here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dig here.
Okay.
But looking at Ismi's map, there's nothing of consequence on her map there.
Okay.
So that's a little west southwest of where we just were at the keep then.
Yeah. So
A bit, yeah. Yeah, it wasn't, I mean, not so close as to be a significant connector, but close enough, proximity. I mean.
Okay, well, this journal also might explain a little bit more detail about how he came to this. But the ley lines, I definitely recognize there. He's coordinating the ley lines with perhaps this powerful weapon. So,
David, let's do a check. I'm trying to think. You have a lot of knowledge, and I this is one of those things where if you were going to spend a couple hours in game to really comb through this, it would probably start making sense. But I think you have enough experience with this professionally. So you have what is your?
I've got Arcana, Engineering, Geography, History, Nature. Those are all the knowledges.
Well, for you, let's make it an Arcana check. I mean, it's less engineering, but it does have to do with your profession.
I do have a profession as well, but
what was your profession?
My profession is an architect.
Okay, which one's the higher of the skill?
Perception, or my profession, by quite a bit.
Go ahead and add that.
Okay. And then are we dealing with ley lines here?
Yeah.
Okay. So part of my men here servant is that I use ley lines to get myself more powerful magic. So I don't know if that would give me any kind of. So I got a 16.
Okay.
With the 16 would be my total.
Okay. I'm gonna tell you that this is maybe a little beyond the scope of what you've imagined, but what it looks like to you is that these ley lines are potentially going to be used as sources of power, maybe to activate something.
Okay.
And whatever's there is what he's trying to unlock something.
So he's tapping into the ley lines.
Yeah. And he's trying to apparently get a key.
Oh.
Like he still needs this key, right? That's what he was saying. He's very close. He said that, like he's got these new assets.
Is there a description of the key?
There's not, but because you can read Sylvan.
Yeah.
And I mean, you guys, are you going to stand here a good 20? I mean, you have a lot to go through, and it sounds like other people still may want to look at the bookshelves.
I want to look at the raven still.
Okay. You can make so what we're going to do this. Dayrun's going to be a little lost in thought, flipping through the pages, because I think that there's going to be something that will stand out for you. Give me a spellcraft check on the Raven.
29.
Nice.
Okay. This actually is, it's just a cool little magic gadget, and you're able to identify what it is really quickly. In fact, if you grab one of these books and like open it up, just any random book that's sitting there, and set the Raven on it, like you've just attuned to the Raven, you can just tell the Raven to begin, and it will start reading whatever page it's on aloud. And so it's like a researcher's assistant.
It's an audiobook.
It's basically an audiobook, but it's also, if you're lonely, hearing.
I think that'd be an audio rook.
Oh.
Okay, that's going in.
That was
Clean
very
with
good.
Yes.
How heavy is it?
It it probably weighs less than a Raven. Basically, I don't know, less than a pound.
It's all bone, right?
Yeah, it's
With a little silver
little
threads.
Well,
it's fragile.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's
Hmm.
probably almost as big as you, but still, it's cool.
So I do have a question going back to Perlman Bibbyweather. I saw his staff, right?
You do still have his staff.
And his face is covered up. I'm just wondering if he could be helpful at all. If I could uncover the face. You guys not met Mr. Bibbyweather.
No.
Oh, lost.
But,
opportunity.
He could see through stuff, and I just don't know if perhaps he could be of any help. You're wondering, I've got the staff that I carry around that's just got this like wrapped leather around the top of it.
So, because you were under no obligation, but did you guys listen to season 1?
I listened. I didn't get all of the episodes, but I listened to a fair bit of it.
Okay, did you?
I don't remember the staff though.
We found it on the side of the road.
Okay.
And it helps me move a bit faster so I can keep up with you. Well, not about you, but not about you, but and the downside is Mr. Bibbyweather has attuned himself to this, almost like where he's along with us. And Mr. Bibbyweather, we met in a small town in
Little Falls. Yeah.
In Little Falls, and he rubbed some people the wrong way.
He did. He's basically a magical researcher in quotes.
Yeah. He stole money from us, I feel.
He's just annoying.
But he's a wizard, right?
And annoying, yes, but sure.
But he could be so helpful.
Maybe.
So he sees through this staff, or from what I understand. Or he can communicate somehow through the staff in a way. And so that's what the taped up or the bound up top is, to shut him up.
Oh wait, so literally, it's like you're putting tape on the camera.
Yes.
It's like the head, like the head was carved in like a little creepy wizard's head.
Mm-hmm.
That it was like you described it as like the king or somebody from Mr.
Rogers,
Okay.
King Friday, right?
Yeah.
So I can unwrap it and perhaps, I don't know. I'm going to do it.
Go for it.
While I'm, trying to help. I need some help.
Okay.
But you go on and, sorry, it's a side note.
Quick question. You said that there was a quarter staff when we were looking at stuff, correct?
Yeah.
I'm going to kind of turn to Zinnia. I said, Zinnia, is this magical or is it just a quarter staff?
It's magical.
It's magic. Let me figure out what it does.
Pike, can you detect magic?
Yes.
27.
It's descriptively you say it's just enchanted, but it's a +1 quarterstaff, so it's not nothing.
In whatever terms that make sense to you, yes, +1.
So it kind of gives a little bit more of a oomph,
Oomph.
when it hits.
Yes.
It's a staff of whacking.
Staff of whacking. Okay. And Ismi's going to go back to the bookshelf. She's going to start looking for stuff. And if she sees anything that looks, it's like when she's looking at it, if it looks magical, she's going to pull it aside and basically make a stack for magic people to identify.
Ismay, can you use a magic device?
Can I use a magic device?
It would be a skill. Because she could just have the wand. And,
Yes,
'cause
I
we
can.
all detect magic.
Well,
that's a great idea.
I have 2 points. I am a -3 at using magical devices.
Oh.
I don't know how that... But you have it checked as...
No, it's not checked.
oh, it's not as...
Yeah, she would not be able to do that.
Nope.
I've got
Yeah.
magic device.
Yeah. Any spell users usually...
You know, any
Mad-
really good character. He is-
Wow.
Yeah, until she saves your life from...
So rude.
Then we'll see what the good character is.
Yep.
So, I mean, there's a lot of books here. I mean, you can skim titles. It's a lot of magic-y stuff.
Okay.
Uh,
Is there anything that like leaps out ley lines, things like that discuss, ancient hammer, like if there's things that might, okay, this might be something relevant. But is most of it magical books?
no. Well, no. There's a handful of books on, and you probably even recognize some of the titles that he's acquired, talking about like human politics and the history of the duchy. Like apparently he was doing some research into the history of the human settlements here.
Yes.
Maybe to get some understanding of them. And then there's a couple books on dwarven culture and the history of the Silver Kingdoms. So there are some things that you're like, oh, I've seen. Like, oh yeah,
I had to read that when I was 14 or something like that.
yeah. There's quite a few of those. Which whether or not you would expect those to be there, I mean, if any of them you're like, oh, you enjoyed that book, or this was dry, or this guy was pompous. But yeah, there's a lot of stuff that's familiar, and then there's all these there's primeval magic, magical life extension, runic magic, the elder gods, the practical enchanter, theoretical magic, on the levitation of great things. Sounded fun.
On the levitation. Okay.
So, I mean, we could spend a lot of time here, but I feel we're a bit targets. I'm wondering what...
I'm done.
Yeah, can we kind of... we should take some stuff with us, yeah. And then we should head back home because we've done our job here at the site.
Yeah.
Like, we fulfilled what we came here for, some answers, yeah?
Mm-hmm. And we've ended up killing the foreman, so yeah.
Okay. So perhaps we should head back home and then go over this in more detail where we feel a little bit safer. Because I'm feeling a bit unsafe here.
Let's go.
But the fact of the matter is, unless Veshran comes back here, which I don't know if he will, no one else knows about this place, I don't think. And this is not something Veshran's going to share with people.
It's not other people, it's Vestron. And then remember that elemental that was running around? He could set off more for all we know.
Okay. Oh, yeah.
So, okay. We'll come back. So it sounds like you guys are wanting to wrap up.
Mm-hmm.
Well, here, but I just don't know. I don't know what the next step is to get the stuff that we need. That's
okay.
Where I'm at.
All right. Well, that's fair. I feel like, yeah, you as characters and you as players might not have like connecting the same information.
Right.
Is Dayrun going to do any more detecting magic?
As much as he can with the time that he has, yes.
Okay.
And I don't know. I had 5 rounds of doing whatever, so I don't know how long all this has taken. So I don't know what else I can do.
That you wrapped that up by the time they were starting to geek out over all the odds and ends on the table. So you can do some more stuff. Dayrun, because you have to kind of like get up and close versus like the sweeping.
Yep.
If you go detect magic carefully on the bookshelf,
okay,
you will find one barely registering magic book.
Okay, I'll pull it out.
It's titled "An Unremarkable Day in an Uninteresting Life." And okay, so we got the 3
language,
wands, the 2 scrolls. That's actually written in the human tongue, but you will. So because if you walk, but before you leave here, so you find that and you can bring it back over, and
Sure.
Somebody can spellcraft it or whatever.
I can spellcraft it too.
Yeah.
I'll spellcraft that, and that's very good. That's going to be a 27.
Wow. You figure out what it is readily, and when you open it up, you see that it's a book of holding.
Ooh. Get that in my satchel.
Actually, do we want to put all of this stuff into the book of holding?
Zinnia's like, I saw that look.
Yeah, I'm like, hello? Can I has, please?
What does it you want to has?
The book of holding?
You knew it was a book of holding from here?
You said it out loud.
No, I don't recall it. I do talk to myself sometimes.
Did you not hear yourself say that?
I did not.
He does have to be completely truthful right now.
Yes.
I suppose. I mean, it's for the greater good.
Thank you.
The greater good.
The greater good.
How
But
heavy is the book of
Can
holding?
you? Yeah, right.
Yeah.
How about we just
that's
carry
the
it
real
for you?
question.
Can she actually hold it, or will it adjust to her size?
It doesn't change size and shape. It's a fixed size. It's a very finely crafted leather-bound book with a peculiar title, which is The Unremarkable Day in an Uninteresting Life. It's like one of those. Did you ever have one of those false books?
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah, it's exactly what it is. And then you open it up and it's like a book-shaped opening. It's slightly larger than some of the other books here. And it weighs a proportion of what is in there.
Oh.
So the book itself is actually bizarrely light. So the book itself weighs like 2 pounds. But it'll hold 6 cubic feet of material and then weighs 1/10 of whatever you put inside. So 6 cubic feet is actually quite a lot.
So it's like a bag of holding, only a book.
That's exactly what it is.
Okay.
It's a bag of holding, but it's a book. So it doesn't stretch. So you can,
Okay.
turning a long
Fit what you
ways,
can fit
you can
into
put most books into it.
Yeah.
So you could actually fill it up with books, and then it would start to get progressively heavier.
I mean, I can hold it for you if you'd like.
So if you manage to get 100 pounds of books in there, it would weigh 10 pounds, basically.
Okay.
So we just
Okay.
wanted to start taking all the books in there.
I was going to say
Piling
this,
them in there, right? I mean,
this might be a good place to put all of the notes, all the information into it, so that way it's all in one place, and then we just have the one book to carry.
Is it only for books, or is it?
Oh, well, no, it's whatever you can put in there.
Okay.
I mean, you can't fit a canoe in there like a bag of
Sure,
holding.
it's got to fit.
I mean, and it has these same restrictions of sharp objects, but I
Sure.
mean, that quarterstaff would go right at it.
Okay.
Yep.
And,
All right, then let's put our stuff gathered in there.
I mean, 20 pounds is still a light load for me. So
You just want to hang it. You want to carry it like you're a Chinook helicopter, and it's just underneath hanging. Because it's how big? Like it's a tome, right?
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah. So it's probably like,
12.
probably,
by 8.
yeah, something like that.
It has to be a minimum of 12 by 12, right? If you're going to fit something
And out of curiosity, before we put
like
anything
a cubic foot.
into it, Ismi's going to look in to see if there's actually anything in it. Did he put anything in it?
Oh, that's a great question.
Yeah, that's a very good question.
There's a small, okay.
Everybody's ears parked.
Yeah, it's like, the excitement of the book. So a function of a bag of holding is that whenever you put something in there, and I don't remember if this is something I added to it, but if you name it as you enter it, you can then withdraw that
By
when you
just
go.
naming it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But you can also just go fishing around.
Sure.
And if you do go fishing around, there is a small pouch in there that you do fish out. And inside that small like silk pouch is are some gems. So it maybe it's just a little extra money stash.
So you just put your hand in my book of holding and then pulled out gems in front of a dwarf and then stashed them.
Yeah. It's like
My tongue is bleeding from the bite.
Maybe you could let Dayrun have the pouch.
Yeah, give the
He
gems.
found the book.
well, I'm just saying. I was
I
wondering.
was just more kidding with you. Yeah.
I'm just wondering if there's anything like, he has a bag of whole. It's a secret place, and then he has this book here. So like, does he have anything extra secret in there? But he has the gems.
The
almost
if you dump them out onto the
Yeah.
classic style, dump it on the table, and Dayrun's eyes will go
Yeah.
wide, and
Then
you can start
you'd
making
probably get a little twinkle eye, though, wouldn't you, too?
Oh, I do like the shiny gems.
Yeah.
But
So it's like 1,000 silver worth of assorted gems,
oh, that's nice.
various shapes
You know,
and sizes.
We do also have some stuff here that we could sell for value.
Yes, true.
Mm-hmm.
So we'll put this stuff inside here, okay?
You
And
can
I-
carry the book.
I'll
It's
carry
ve-
it for you. You just let me know when you need to use
It's
it.
very large for
Yeah,
me. It's almost as tall as me.
You could be like a fairy wrapper. You put it on a chain around your neck.
It's the group book, okay?
Yeah.
It belongs to the group, not anybody.
It would just be really nice if I could like carry some of my own stuff and have a weapon that would do damage. These are just fairy dreams.
Fairy dreams.
Fairy dreams.
We'll see what we can do soon.
I mean, it doesn't even have to be a lot of
We
damage.
need to get you in large person.
Well, at this point, I mean, with 1,000 gems, you probably could go to a decent weaponsmith and make a small sword for her.
I mean, it's basically you just need an
Needle.
enchanted letter opener.
Yeah.
Mm. Mm-hmm.
You just
Yeah.
take a letter
Mhm.
opener and
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so before we wrap this up, I'm assuming that you spent a little because you were looking through
Yes.
and you got a sense that there's something here in the veil, which you suspect correlates to what you've been looking for all along is
Absolutely.
this weapon. And
I also do have the journal, Umros's journal, that talks about this.
Right.
So I can coordinate the two.
you can, yeah. And I think that if you guys are gonna like go camp and maybe this you put it all together in a little bit, that he's looking for the key, which is somewhere else, but he did drop clues.
Okay.
Do you think you know where he was looking?
About the key?
Where, yeah.
I think we need to
Of
go
the-
back to the Zikad door that
Yeah.
we.
Yeah. I also have a big brass key that Umros had.
Oh,
But I don't know if that was to his door. It
Mhm.
says big brass key right under deed. So I'm guessing it might be.
That was the key. That was the key to his little secret
Okay.
secret spot.
Okay.
Oh.
Very good.
Um,
So yes, that is. I've been wanting to go back there ever since like the second episode.
Well, okay, so I wish we could almost replay it, but we can't.
Yeah.
Re-listen to the end of last episode
Okay.
that he had said you were inadvertently you almost
didn't
stumbled
really-
across
You did. Yeah. Yeah.
that you almost stumbled across it,
Yeah. Okay.
that he's
Okay.
got assets going to finish the job,
Okay.
and you do know that there are this mercenary group that are supposedly working for
Yep.
somebody.
Right. Okay.
The
That-
Fearless Blades.
If that
Yeah.
if that clicks, then hey Zinnia, remember that monastery that we went to
Yeah,
early on, and we didn't go into that dungeon?
yeah,
I think that's where they're headed.
I do too.
And then there's going to be one more piece I'm going to leave you with because you find, and he's translated the name of what he thinks the weapon is called
Okay.
from another language, and he has written it out in Sylvan,
Mm.
Doom Grinder.
That's
Ooh.
pretty good.
That's a good one.
Doom Grinder.
And we'll see you next week.
All
All
right.
right.
Bye.
Bye.
Thank you for listening. If you enjoyed our show and want more, please leave us a rating and review on whichever platform you use. And of course, feel free to share us on social media. We'll be back next week with more adventures in the World of Tellus. To tide you over, you can read more about the cast, characters, and the World of Tellus at AdventuresEdgeRPG.com.